Today, we got Black Panther, King of Wakanda, versus Rhino, Spider-Man's strongest villain. Who comes out on top? Let's find out. T'Challa is the Black Panther, King of Wakanda, one of the most technologically advanced nations on Earth. He is among the top intellects and martial artists of the world, a veteran Avenger, and a member of the Illuminati. Using his powers and abilities, he has pledged his fortune and life to the service of all mankind. When T'Challa became the Black Panther, he was allowed to eat the heart-shaped herb, which provided him with enhanced strength, endurance, and reflexes. He's also given an additional blessing from the Panther goddess, which elevated his enhanced strength, endurance, and reflexes to superhuman levels. T'Challa has demonstrated incredible strength, like wrestling a rhino to the ground, being able to stop an elephant's charge, saying Namor flying with a kick. He's able to withstand crushing blows and puncture wounds, but really his vibranium suit helps him out a lot. T'Challa's reaction time is far greater than most opponents. His agility and flexibility far surpass Olympic athletes. Black Panther is a genius on par Tony Stark and Reed Richards, and is an excellent hand-to-hand fighter. He's been groomed to be a warrior since birth. He's a master of practically all forms of armed and unarmed combat. Panther is seen as one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe, and has stalemated or won against such fighters as Iron Fist, Wolverine, Daredevil, and Captain America. Black Panther is also king of a highly advanced civilization, thus has tons of fancy gadgets and toys. His suit is made of a vibranium microwave mesh, which robs incoming objects of momentum and is completely bulletproof. He also has anti-metal claws, which breaks metal down at the molecular level, and energy daggers that are powerful enough to slice through various structures and foes. Finally, T'Challa can also call upon all the knowledge, strength, and experience from every Black Panther before him. So, as we got one corner, Black Panther, the King of Wakanda. But, entering the ring, at the corner, one of Spider-Man's greatest foes, Rhino. The Rhino is an adversary of the Amazing Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk, being the epitome of brawn over brains. His suit grants him immense endurance and strength, and he recently returned to a life of crime following an all-too-brief retirement. Rhino is easily one of the strongest, if not the strongest member of Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. He was able to go up against a classic version of the Hulk. He's received several enhancements throughout the years, and his strength has grown through gamma radiation, to where he's roughly on the same level as She-Hulk or the Thing. Rhino has dominated Thunderstrike in a fight, punched Nova into orbit. He's easily taken down Spider-Man with just one arm or a single blow, and it took all of Iron Man's strength to hold the Rhino down. Even when Peter prepped to fight against the Sinister Six, and planned to take on Rhino, he still couldn't budge him. And just like he's superhumanly strong, Rhino is also impressively durable. He can easily withstand high-caliber bullets and even light anti-tank weaponry. He's taken punches not just from Spider-Man or Iron Man, but wasn't even put down by punches from the Hulk or Juggernaut. While Rhino isn't necessarily the king of speed because of his large size, he is surprisingly maneuverable, reach charging speeds up to 90 miles per hour. Rhino's horn is also a dangerous weapon that's pierced through the Hulk on several occasions and stabbed at the Juggernaut, although Kane wasn't connected to Sidorak at the time. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Not being the King of Wakanda and living over in Africa, T'Challa is tangled with plenty of African animals in his lifetime, wrestling lions, crocodiles, even bringing down a rhino from time to time. So I thought it'd be fun to see how he fared against a very different kind of rhino, Aleksei Sytsevich, the strongest member of Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. So who's coming out on top here? Well, let's break it down. And starting out, need to address physicality. I think it's pretty obvious how this plays out. Rhino's stronger and more durable, Black Panther's faster and more agile. I guess the question then becomes, how big is that gap between these two characters? Can T'Challa damage Rhino? Can T'Challa take Rhino's attacks? Can Rhino even tag or land attacks on Panther? So starting out, can T'Challa take Rhino's punches? Well, in order to figure that out, we first need to figure out just how strong Rhino really is. Well, just starting out, he's able to bring down buildings or effortlessly plow through thick metal doors with his charges. He's derailed trains, and Rhino's even managed to hold down Spider-Man with a single arm, send Spider-Man absolutely flying with his attacks, and Peter can't even make Rhino budge, despite the fact that he's using all of his strength. Rhino's even squared off against the Thing and sent him flying, found up against the Hulk on multiple occasions, and he used his horn to pierce right through Juggernaut. However, all those encounters did kinda have stipulations. For instance, Juggernaut was severely weakened at the moment, and a weakened Juggernaut can be beaten by the Hulk in just a few punches. Then speaking of Hulk, Rhino mostly just went up against classic Hulk, so a Hulk who was significantly weaker than he is now. You can throw the Thing into that same mix, because classic Thing's weaker than modern Things too. But to answer the question, can Black Panther take Rhino's attacks? Well, not on his own. That's where his Vibranium Panther suit comes into play. Black Panther's taken multiple punches from the Hulk, and really been none the worse for wear. He's taken punches from the mindless ones, and sometimes those things have given Hulk good fights, and taken punches and slaps from Namor too, who's given Hulk good fights throughout the years as well. Really, both Hulk and Namor are significantly stronger than Rhino, and so Black Panther's suit increases durability to the point where it can take attacks from them. I'm feeling pretty confident he can take attacks from Rhino too. And there's also Black Panther's encounter with a possessed and enhanced Iron Fist. Danny's Iron Fist punch is strong enough to cause Hulk to yell out in pain, knock out Luke Cage, knock out Colossus, topple buildings, even bring down the helicarrier. And Panther was just getting wailed on. T'Challa even received brain damage from the fight. While he did eventually pass out, he managed to remain conscious for long enough to defeat Iron Fist and bring Danny back to normal. Now, I probably wouldn't advise just letting Rhino stand there and wail on you. His punches have definitely given trouble to Spider-Man before in the past. But this fight isn't going to be as simple as Rhino hitting Panther, Panther hitting the floor. So, second question, can Rhino tag Panther? Well, while Rhino is no king of speed, he's not as slow as he looks, and he's definitely one of the faster, strong guys out there. Silver Sable isn't a superhuman or even enhanced human like Black Panther, but she is very quick. I actually thought that she was quicker than Rhino. Then Rhino went ahead and instantly proved her wrong. He's got deceptive speed, and is constantly able to tag Spider-Man and other characters because of it. However, that's kinda his greatest asset in the speed department, just catching opponents by surprise. Once Black Panther gets hit once he gets up to speed, which is how fast Rhino is, he's going to be more conscious about dodging attacks. And I don't think Rhino will be landing many more after that first one. That's mostly because Black Panther's just so fast, so agile, and so skilled at dodging and parrying attacks. He's routinely dodged gunfire, literally just moved like a blur and danced all around opponents. Is consistently able to drop men before they even know what's happening, or land multiple attacks before his opponents can even land one. He's even proven that he's faster than Wolverine on multiple occasions, and managed to catch and match speed of Spider-Man multiple occasions too. Basically, while each punch that Rhino lands in this fight will be an impactful one, he's not going to be landing too many of them, just because Black Panther's speed and agility on par with Spider-Man or Daredevil. That's going to be good enough for here. And then finally, the most important question of all. Can T'Challa damage Rhino? Can Rhino take Panther's punches? Well, that's actually a lot easier of a question. Bullets don't do anything to Rhino. A rocket only tickles him, and when Captain America tried to tangle with Rhino, Cap just bruised his knuckles on Rhino's face. He's taken punches from Spider-Man like they were nothing, taken Repulsor Blast from Iron Man and punches from She-Hulk, been caught in explosions and not been phased, even taken attacks from Hulk and Juggernaut. Although, like we said, they weren't as powerful as they are normally. So yeah, any punch or kick from Black Panther isn't going to do him any good here. Rhino can just so easily brush them off, seeing as how he's brushed off stronger attacks in the past. The best they can really hope for is just bruising his knuckles, just like when Captain America tried to square up against Aleksei. Although, to be fair, Steve did manage to move Rhino's attacks. It wasn't just like Rhino was standing there, didn't feel the attacks. You can expect the same thing here of T'Challa being able to move Rhino. But you can't just, quote-unquote, move someone, not do any damage whatsoever, and expect to win a fight. So how can Black Panther injure the Rhino here in this battle? Well, easy, with his Wakandan weapons. He's got claws that are made of a special anti-metal vibranium alloy that are actually able to break down metal upon contact. And so even though Rhino's hide isn't necessarily metal, it's a highly durable polymer, Panther should be able to break through it just as easily. They easily shred through Namor's skin, caused him to bleed. We'll do the same thing here. And so that's a great workaround for Rhino's durability. His suit is also designed to absorb and reuse kinetic energy, meaning able to redirect and return all the power that he absorbs from Rhino's blows, being able to essentially injure Rhino with his own punches. He's got energy daggers that are able to slice through forged steel like cheese, easy slice into Iron Man's armor, and is even able to phase through defenses, like phasing through Ultron's vibranium body and targeting the inner mechanics in his head. And that's not even mentioning some of the other stuff, like his teleporter, personal force field, holographic projector, or cloaking device. So with those weapons, I do believe Black Panther will bypass Rhino's superior durability and injure him. The question is, who can do the most injury and who can do it the fastest? Now, it's obvious that each punch that Rhino throws is going to do significantly more damage to Panther than Panther's attacks can do to Rhino. And I think Black Panther knows this too. I mean, he is a tactical genius and an expert fighter. He knows if he's outmatched in certain areas. And so knowing that, T'Challa should start targeting weak spots, most notably Rhino's exposed face. And this actually isn't without precedent, seeing as how he went up against the Super Skrull. He knew he was outmatched, and so he started just breaking limbs, even ripping out the guy's eye. Same thing could happen here. And so, end of the day, who wins? Well, believe it or not, might actually have to give this one to Black Panther. His Panther suit increases durability to the point where he can take enough punches from Rhino to remain in the fight. His superior speed and agility will ensure he can land more attacks than he takes. His Wakandan weapons allow him to bypass Rhino's superior durability, and his greater fighting skill and sheer savagery is going to lead him to target Rhino's weak spots, particularly his exposed face, and ultimately take Rhino down. Most likely taking Rhino down in a way that Spider-Man would never even thought of. Black Panther's coming out on top here. Black Panther wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure the like button, subscribe button, turn notifications on the DanCo army, and I will see y'all next time.